howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. And remember, no matter who you are valid. And hokey smokes. I mean, seriously, I need to get another chair. I was trying to move, and it has 5 wheels on it. And with 2 of them frozen and locked, trying to move forward, the 5-wheel base actually lifted. It was going to physically fall over rather than move on the wheels that are there because they're just locked in place. This is not a chair. This is a torture device. On payday, I have got to get something. This is ridiculous. I mean, I'm going to go talk to them in the offices in the community center when they open up there to see if there's something. I mean, these are donated chairs. There might be other donated chairs that are much better that I could ask for. So we shall see. I mean, I did ask for them to come in and check on the crack that's in the floor that's getting more and more filled up with chunks of the floor and things that are falling in there that I can't get out. Yay! Other than that, I really like the place. It's what I need. I'm out trying to interact with others in the community as best I can. I'm getting some wash done right now as I record this. And when I was in there, I heard people in the TV room, which isn't very big. It's only got room for like a chair and a sofa for like 3 people. And then there's a big TV on the wall. And there's a Bose music thing, a box of CDs, and such like that, so that you can watch movies. And there were a couple guys in there, and I went in there and said hi, but then came in here to do this because I got stuff to do and I still had to go do walkies, and it's raining outside and I need food and things to drink, which means I need to go out and buy stuff. But if I have to carry stuff, I need my walker. But if I use my walker, I can't use my umbrella. Which means if I use my walker and carry stuff, I and everything I got in my walker is gonna get soaked. Because I really can't carry too much. This side, barely anything at all, and not for long. I am over relying on this side, and this is the side that I don't know what I did. It was the straw on the camel's back that finally broke when I was bedridden for a month because of this. Blah, blah. All this glue for dentures, which again I lost from because of chewing. When you chew ice, you get micro fissures in your teeth that just destroy your teeth. So when I was in my 50s, they were just destroyed. Had to get them replaced, just ripped out, got dentures. Denture cream mixes with saliva and blah. You're there. A TMI. What was I talking about now? Actually, trying to remember. I have forgotten entirely. Here's the joys of ADHD again. Oh well, though, that story comes to a complete and crashing halt. As stated before, though, you know, with a normal person, you're not just running on one track with a train. You've got other tracks that you can divert yourself to. There's a pause track where you can put thoughts on. There's another type of tangent track where you can go off on tangents and then come back to your main thought later. But when you got ADHD, you got one track. There's no different ways. If you go off on a tangent, that's now the main track. You better remember what's behind you, because if you've forgotten, that's it. And I forgot. That's it. Yay. I think it was about the place and oh yes, the chair. So gotta get that because it's terrible. One of the things though that I wanted to talk about, ooh, the timer went off on the bathroom light, which I meant to keep going on because of minimal light on me. I bought this, and so I'm contributing to something that I think is horrible. I mean, literally, this is something that preys on those that are less educated, more manipulable. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody that does something like this. But at the same time, I was up at Walmart, and I don't use candles. If I do anything like that, and I haven't for a while, it's you get the warmed up thing, and then it melts the wax stuff, and then it releases the stuff, but you got melted wax to deal with. But I bought this while I was at Walmart because I saw it, and how can you not? I can't tell you what it says on the as I do it, but this is the part why I had to buy it. Alleged. It's the alleged Lucky Flame candle. If it hadn't said alleged Lucky Flame, then I wouldn't have bought it. The alleged Fast Luck candle. They're gonna cover their backsides even while they're preying upon you. Because look at this. The key to success. And it's got the numbers on it. And it's got cash and a cat with fast luck. And it even says luck. And it's got numbers and casinos. And there's a helping hand. And oh my gosh, there's a horseshoe. And just, oh, how can you not buy something as trashy, just as horrific and cheaply made to prey on those who will buy things like this? So I'm helping to prop up the industry by buying something like this. Yay! So yeah, it was cheap. That's why I bought it. It was under $2 for an alleged Lucky Flame candle. And as stated, I don't burn candles. The thing about candles is they're dangerous. It's open flame. I keep looking downward in the middle below at like the timer and stuff. So if I'm not looking at you right in the eye, it's because I'm looking at the timer and stuff, and that's about that far below the camera. But I don't burn candles, and one of the big reasons again is you never leave an open flame untended. You don't know what's going to happen. Once you leave it and you're not there, it is an uncontrolled environment, and uncontrolled environments are just that, uncontrolled. Anything can happen. And with open flame, that is a disaster. Fire and electricity are our friends. And at the same time, they will kill you if you are not careful. They are friends. We wouldn't have civilizations without either of them. But treat them like the dangerous friends that they are. So yeah, I have a candle that I think is funny as hell, that I am never going to light. And I'm going to keep, because it's a Lucky Flame candle. It's the key to success. How could I not? And then before I go off onto one of the big things I wanted to talk about again is here's some, I've shown you my actual kitty cat before in the past and in previous videos. But I had to put my kitty cat into boarding when I became homeless, and unfortunately, that's when they discovered that she had these stage 4. And I've shown these stage 4 liver, I don't know if it was cancer or what, but she was not doing well. So she was put down. And these are, I've shown them before as stated, but when the way the cloth is being pulled up, yeah, she used to do that with my shirts and such when she was sitting on my lap and purring and making biscuits. She was just but one of the bigger things that I wanted to talk about, now I can't even remember the main things that I wanted to talk about inside of that concept, was just the idea of the inside being bigger than the outside. The further in you go, the deeper it gets, the larger everything becomes. The deeper you go, the bigger it gets. I don't know why this is a concept that so fascinates me, but it is. And I was thinking about it just before all this, and then going, no, don't think about it now, because when I think about it, I've thought about it. I'm not going to think about it again. I've thought about it. I'm going on to the next thing. So if I think about it before I sit down to record anything, I've thought about it, and I don't have anything left to talk about. But now someone pointed out, and I actually had heard about the book before, but I'd only heard that it was a confusing book to read and nobody really knew what it was about. Past that, I didn't really know what it was about. It was the book The House of Leaves, where somebody in comments said it's like a family that discovers that the inside of their house is like that, except the book is formatted in such a way that it's exceptionally difficult, if not impossible, to read, which is a side note, reminds me of the author is still alive, though old, Samuel Chip Delaney, and a black guy who wrote a book called Dahlgren, Dhalgren. It's about this thick paperback. It is humongous, like 1,000 pages or some odd. And as you go on, it becomes more and more difficult to read, where the pages become like double columns. But the second column has nothing to do with what's going on over here. And then there's another story inside and meta story, and the ending is who really knows, because the book is so difficult to read. So that sort of concept hasn't really, it's not new. But the whole idea of the inside being bigger than the outside, that still just reaches in and grabs me. And again, I am not sure why. That is why I really liked, and this is what kicked off my current obsession with it, and I talked about it before, there was a short story where these people in a spacecraft found a station that they landed on, and it was a relatively small station. But every time they went somewhere, it opened up and got bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point that they were beginning to think it wasn't that they landed on a station that's inside the universe, it's more that the universe is inside of this station. Because the deeper they go, the bigger it gets. And again, I love that idea, and I don't know why. So yeah, I want to do stuff with this. I wish I could draw and do art. Somebody mentioned doing comics. I don't know how to draw. I had some doodling stuff, but that was when I was very young, and with my nerve damage. I was even thinking about that earlier too, because again, I was probably talking about that as well. With my using this side is so dangerous. Yeah, I did. I was talking about that, where I am still trying to treat this arm as careful as possible, but when I carry things that I can't use my walker, I gotta use this arm, so it can't be too heavy, or this side is gonna go out, because this side is in much, much worse physical condition than this side. This side is so pinched off. I probably shouldn't even have the mobility I do, but I do. And so I use this arm. That's dangerous, but again, use it or lose it, so I gotta keep doing what I can, which is why another exercise I had to keep doing is turning this arm, because this arm will easily just flip and almost, turn over that direction easily. This side I gotta kind of push to get it flat. So that's a bit of physical therapy I've been doing on my own, which of course I've got nerve damage here because I've got scar tissue, because I had severed this part of my radial nerve And all of this, of course, gets the muscles moving, which irritates the nerves, which irritates the muscles. Yes, as I talked with my physical therapist, this has deeply, deeply, deeply impacted my quality of life. I mean, it has deeply, massively changed my quality of life. I just figured out the only reason I'm able to use my mouse at the keyboard as I do over there, because I can't use my actual hand on the keyboard, is because even though my hand is up and using the mouse, I have it set right at the edge of the table. So my hand is resting right in my shoulder is in a neutral position, hanging with everything positioned and held up by my wrist. So really, this side ain't doing much except moving a bit for the mouse and then being held up. So that's why I've been able to use the mouse so much. But I've been using my controller for a lot of games, and I actually recorded a medieval black labyrinth for the channel. I have not given up, of course, on New Vegas. I and Veronica are still roaming the wasteland. We're still going in and going to do the King's quests and other things in New Vegas. You know, I may hate my character may hate the old world and may hate what it has done, but she doesn't hate the people that are using it. It's like, I was seeing this thing about capitalism and complaining about capitalism on Twitter. It's like they go, oh ho ho, you're complaining about capitalism and that you're partaking in it. It's like, well, yes, the reason we are complaining about capitalism is because we're partaking in it. And so I can't remember why I brought it up, but it's that argument of we wouldn't be doing this unless this thing wasn't happening, but it is, so this is happening. So I can't remember again what that was about, so there we go, thumbs up. Anyway, oh yeah, it was about like Fallout New Vegas and all that. Yeah, I don't hate the people in it. Oh, God, I love ADHD. So today I am going to finish with my laundry. I am going to go out on walkies. I'm going to purchase as much as I can. I'm going to try not to get too wet. And then I've got solo RPG stuff that I want to do, both digitally, pen and paper. I got the board games that I still want to do, but with everything that I have been doing, rearranging my room here so that I don't have stuff just stacked up, and then trying to figure stuff out with this all going on, I don't want to complain because I'm getting stuff done. I just not getting stuff done at the pace that I want to. Before, when I was moving at this pace, it didn't bother me because I was shackled and knew it, but couldn't do much about it. Now I've got some of those shackles off, and I'm capable of moving faster. But I can't because of a bunch of other restraints that are still there and holding me back. And so I feel held down in that fashion. Which, you know, I'm a human being, which means you feel this stuff too. I'm just complaining about it online. Thank you for listening. And I'm going to say a line to put down in comments and to laugh at myself. I had said something like, okay to complain is the word to put in the comments. And then, because of ADHD, completely forgot about it. Someone in comments said everything that they wanted to say and then put okay to complain at the end. And I replied back, well, of course it's okay. And then they went, but no, that's what you said to say. And so my reply was, well, of course I'm an idiot. Of course I'd forget. So I'll probably forget, but alleged fast luck in the comments if you watched this far, and thank you if you have. A great thank you to each and every one of my Patreon patrons. Thumbs up and thank you. I still can't put the names up here, but when I can, thumbs up and thank you. Until then, please, when you look in the mirror, remember you are looking at someone that is both beautiful and awesome, above the norm. Thumbs up. For everybody that has left me comments, I've actually answered more of them than usual. So, hey, it's good to have the energy without being manic. I'm talking a lot faster now, so I'm hoping I'm not getting manic. I don't feel weird. So, thank you for leaving comments. It is appreciated. Even though I can't answer every one of them, though I've answered a lot more of them than I have, every one of them is read and appreciated, except for the abusive ones that get deleted. So thumbs up and thank you each and every one of you. I'm still thinking of the creative stuff. I still want to talk about the creative stuff. I went and found one of my text files that had, I have ADHD. Have I mentioned that? It is difficult to remember anything at all. A lot of the lore that I have is all just in my head. So it is, being lost to time. Just like even if I put it on pen and paper and then died, that would be gone. And then the pen and paper and what I write will be gone. And then human civilization is gone and it doesn't matter. So what was I talking about? Honestly, I have forgotten. But yeah, so I'm going to try and get some stuff done. Hopefully you can get things done. I love ADHD and having only one track. I took Ritalin and it was great, but then it almost killed me. And now it is a shining city on a hill where I now live in a hovel made of mud and tin. I can visit the houses in the city on the hill again, but if I do that, I will die. It will kill me to be there. So I have to be in my mud and tin shack, looking up at that, knowing that I used to be able to think, and I used to be able to remember, and I used to be able to pause. I used to be able to think. It was beautiful. And now, I'm lucky if I can carry a thought for, it's 22 minutes. How many times have I lost that? Thumbs up. Hey though, glad to be alive. Certainly many times where I wouldn't be. And I'll talk about those on another day. But yeah, I found the list of names to remind myself, and even on that was when I had forgotten a name completely and had to come up with a new name to fill in on the list, because that name, gone. Anyway though, hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done after all that downer talk. Oh my God, please. Here, the new words are alleged fast luck. Unless I said lucky flame. It's whatever you want to write. If you want to write the happy days are here again, that works too. Thumbs up and thank you. So until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. I'm just going to sit here and ramble and complain and get lost and all be fuzzled and be fused. Otherwise, if you like the sound of my voice and like to just zone out while I'm just talking about stuff, please let me know, and we can find public domain stuff, and I can just sit and read, and we can have that as ASMR. I don't mind. That's kind of what I'm planning to do with the Fabled Lands books. So, video editing, yeah, I can't talk. I can't think. Can't think.